All right, let's just get right into it. The world of online search. It's going through its biggest shakeup in maybe 2 decades. The playbook that we all use to get found online, yeah, that's being completely rewritten right now as we speak. So let's dive in and figure out what on earth is changing.
Okay, look at this number. Seriously, if this doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. Gartner, a huge analyst firm, is predicting a 50% drop in organic search traffic by 2028. Why? It's pretty simple. AI-generated answers are literally intercepting the clicks that used to go to all of our websites. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi future, it's happening right now. So yeah, it's really easy to look at a number like 50% and just panic, right? But, as the great strategist Sun Tzu said, where there's chaos, there's also opportunity. And that's exactly what this is. It's a huge opportunity to get way ahead of the competition if you understand the new rules of the game. To grab that opportunity, the first thing we have to do is really understand the huge fundamental change that's going on. We are moving from the world of search engines into the world of answer engines.
So what does that really mean? Well, think about it like this. A traditional search engine, what Google has been for years, was kind of like a card catalog at the library. You type something in and it would give you a list of links, a list of places where you could go find the answer. But an answer engine, which is what search is becoming, is more like talking to the actual librarian. You ask your question and it just gives you the answer directly, synthesizing it from all those different sources.
And here it is, out in the real world. You've probably already seen this. This is a Google AI overview. Right there at the very top of the page, you've got the AI-generated answer. It's pulling from a bunch of different sources. You can see them cited right there. And then, way down below that, you've still got the classic blue links. But the crucial part is, the answer is now the main event, front and center before anyone even thinks about clicking. Okay, so the game's changed. That means we need a whole new playbook, right? The old one was SEO, Search Engine Optimization. The new one, we're calling it GEO, which stands for Generative Engine Optimization.
So GEO is all about one thing, making your brand, your content, your expertise so trustworthy and visible that AI models like Google's and ChatGPT choose to cite you and include you in their answers. See the shift? The goal is no longer just to earn a click. The goal is to become part of the answer itself.
And this isn't just about the tech changing, it's changing us too. Our own behavior is evolving. We used to type in these short little keywords, downhill mountain bike. Now we're asking these long, detailed, conversational questions just like we're talking to a person. And giving that kind of context to an AI, well, that changes absolutely everything about how we need to think about our content. Now, with all this new stuff, you might be thinking, oh great, do I have to forget everything I know about SEO? And the answer is absolutely not. In fact, some of the old school foundations of good content are now more critical than ever. And I'm talking specifically about EEAT. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, EEAT is basically Google's quality checklist. It stands for experience, as in do you have real first-hand experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Think about it. In a world where AI can spit out endless streams of generic, soulless content, these deeply human qualities, they're your superpower. So how do you actually do this? How do you show you've got EEAT? Well, you've got to show, not just tell. Use your own photos, not stock images. Show off real case studies. Put detailed author bios with real credentials on your articles. And obviously, cite your sources and make sure your information is rock solid and accurate. This is how you build the kind of trust that both real people and the AIs are desperately looking for. Okay, so we get the big picture, we know the foundation. Now for the good stuff. Let's get into the actual playbook, the concrete strategy. Here are the 4 pillars for winning at GEO. The whole GEO strategy really boils down to these 4 connected steps. You start by creating what we call people-first content. Then you build real-world authority around it. After that, you structure your data so the AI can understand it perfectly. And finally, you optimize all that for the new conversational way people are searching. Let's talk about those first 2 pillars, because honestly, they go hand in hand. Number 1 is creating people-first content. This is a massive mindset shift. You're not trying to game an algorithm anymore. Your main goal has to be creating something that is genuinely helpful, that's reliable, and that solves a real problem for a real person. And that is the absolute foundation for Pillar 2, building authority. Because when you consistently have the best, most useful answer, you naturally become the go-to source that everyone, people and AI, learns to trust. Okay, now for Pillars 3 and 4. This is where we make our great content easy for the AI to understand. I know this code on the screen might look a little technical, but stick with me. This is pillar 3 in action. It's called schema markup, and you can think of it like putting little labels on your content for the AI. It tells the search engine, hey, this thing here, that's a person's name, or this number, that's the price. It removes all the guesswork, which helps the AI trust your information. And that directly fuels pillar 4, optimizing for conversational prompts. When someone asks a really complex question, the AI needs clean, unambiguous data, like price or specs or ratings, to build a good answer. Schema provides those data points.
All right, new game, new playbook. That means we need a new way to keep score, right? The old ways we measured success just aren't going to cut it anymore.
For what feels like forever, we have been totally obsessed with these things, right? What's my keyword ranking? How many clicks did I get? What's my CTR? And look, they're not totally useless, but they definitely don't tell the whole story anymore, especially when the AI is answering questions directly.
But the new scoreboard, man, it looks totally different. Now we need to be tracking things like how often is our brand getting mentioned in the AI answers? Are more people searching for our company by name? How much traffic are we actually getting referred from platforms like ChatGPT? It's about measuring our presence inside the answer itself. And this isn't some abstract idea. You can actually start tracking this stuff today. Most analytics tools, like Google Analytics, show you where your traffic comes from. You can set up filters to see exactly who is visiting your site from platforms like ChatGPT or Perplexity. This is your direct window into how well your geo strategy is actually working. So to wrap all this up, I want to leave you with this one simple question. It really boils everything we've talked about down to its core. In this new age of AI search, what is your goal? Is it just to get a click, or is it to become the answer? Because the future absolutely belongs to those who choose to become the answer.